Hello my marvellous sausages, it's week 3 of the deep dives and we've got a few more secrets to find, well 2 in fact. This is the last week now for finding the flora and fauna in the deep dive missions. Now you've got to have completed the story mission this week before you can have access to it. You can't pick up the flora and fauna in the story mission, you've got to complete it and then jump into the deep dive. So what we've got this week, the 2 to pick up are, it's jellyfish-tastic, everyone. We've got these weird-looking spidery jellyfish things going on there. Hello, you, yes. And then also, we've got these jellyfish as well, look. So once you've completed this, you'll be able to claim the triumph. So come into the triumphs and go down to deep dive. And there we are, we've got the ghost shell, look. So we've done Twilight, Midnight, and Abyss is it this week as well. And there's our lovely ghost shell. Let's have a little look at it. It hasn't gone anywhere, has it? Excellent stuff, yes. That's very cool. It's like a big scuba helmet, isn't it? Anyway, let me show you exactly where both of these are in the deep dive activity, and I'll also show you as well how to activate the Tier 7 reward chest. And you might notice it's getting a bit harder each week, so I really would recommend going in with a fire team if you're looking to do the Tier 7 reward, because you have to activate Toland 3 times this week to trigger the 3 pressure trial events. Right, let's get in there. Now first off, as we go on through these deep dives, the Tier 7 rewards and the Tier 5 rewards, they are linked to being able to get the flora and fauna. So what you need to do when you first jump into the mission this week is you want to follow your path as normal. You activate Toland for the first encounter. Remember, you find him, he's going to be in one of, I believe, 6 places. Top right, top left, middle center, bottom right, bottom left, or middle center. You all have to touch him to activate him, and that's what you're going to do to activate the pressure trial. Now once the pressure trial is activated, you'll either have to stand in some white rifts, or you'll need to destroy big huge floating orbs, or you have to shoot the blights, depending on what you're doing. So you have to complete that, and then you go through the actual event as normal until the pressure trial activates. And that's in the first room. So once you've done that, then you follow your way down to the second pressure trial. Pressure trial? Pressure trial! Now you need to do the same thing in this one. You come into the room, you can see it's a larger open arena, and then you've got to go locate Toland. Once you've located Toland and all 3 of you have touched him up, then what you've got to do then is complete the event. But before you complete the event, again, you either have to stand in a pool of light or shoot some blights, or maybe even activate some coral. It depends on what it tells you to do. So you've done that, and then you go into the major event. Now these can be very difficult. We found ourselves failing this one a couple of times. Now it's obviously can be down to what builds you've got. You need to build into ad clear. That's really important. And I found using my risk runner and an arc subclass really helped. Don't forget as well the boons that you get as you're going down to augment maybe your grenades or your shields or whatever, or even accelerating your supers or your ability recharges. So once you've got all these things in place, it does make completing these events a little bit easier. But these events are random, so you might get an easier one. For example, you just got to kill bosses, which is very good. However, you might have one which is just destroying waves, and that can be a little bit fiddly because you're looking for the stragglers, and that can really eat into your time, because you've got to remember you've got a timer counting down, which means you've got to complete the event and the pressure trial in that time. There's no separate time for the pressure trial, it's all in one big chunk of time. But you do get these gits that are staggering around the place that will give you an extra 15 seconds of time. They're called wrathful predators, so hunt them down and kill them to get that extra 15 seconds. As we're going through this, it gets invaluable. You can see what they look like because they kind of glow a bit. They're very easy to spot. So you've completed the second Toland pressure trial, and now we can go and get and access the flora, the hidden flora and fauna. If you don't complete the pressure trial, it'll beam you straight to the boss at the end and you'll miss out. So you have to complete this second pressure trial in order to access the hidden flora and fauna. Right, so Gittage killed. Don't forget to pick up your boons on the way out, whatever you might like, because there's the fancy glowy taken things there. And then we're going to make our way through the doors. Once again, they're pretty easy to find, so you want to go into the watery depths and plunge down this square pool here, and the first one is actually in this room. We've got switches hidden on columns away from the doors in here, if you're wondering where to open it. So the switch to open it, we're just passing here, and you can see the lights on the wall here, and you can see the little very slight glowing thing. This is the first one to collect for your aquarium. It doesn't show you what it is, unfortunately, but never mind, it's one of the jellyfish. The switch is then flicked, and then you can make your way through the open door. Don't forget to pick up your alkane doodah. What's it called? Yes, whatever, something Alka-Seltzer. Yes. Right, so we're going to go down, I think it's another 2 levels to find the final and 6th bit of flora. So we're coming down here, drop into the red light. That looked like a big nose then, and a gob with teeth in it. Didn't it? Yes. Or is it just my strange imagination? Okay, don't forget to pick up your bugles as you're going, and then drop down a second time, and then as we land, you'll be able to see the little fizzing thing on the top there. And here we go. This is the final one for you to get, and that'll get the triumph, which will get you your ghost. So that's the Aquarium Vivarium finished. Now we're going on to the Tier 7 chest. So we've got to do another Toland pressure trial. So once you get into the room here, you'll be able to see what's going on. So as you leave the water area, you go through the plunge pool out into the pleasant depths. And once again, you've got to find Toland. So once you activate the egregore generator resonator type thing, he will appear in the room. Now be warned, he can appear directly behind you, which can be a bit of a bugger. And he can also appear in nooks and crannies underneath you in the caves. So you do really need to have a bit of a good look around for him. Like I said, once he's appeared behind us, and once he's also appeared tucked away in a cave on this wall behind us there as well. So make sure you have a good look before you all give him a touchy feel up. Then once you've done that, you've got to either destroy the blights again, or stand in the white things, or shoot the big globules, either one of those things, and then you'll kick the actual pressure trial into gear. Now once again, this can be pretty difficult. You want to look at ad clear on this, you want to get as many ads being killed as possible, but the events are random. You've just got to kind of cross your fingers and hope you don't have a wave event for the pressure trial, because that can be a huge pain in the bum. What we had this time was defending these drills. Now I don't know whether or not you've had that, but you really do have to be careful, because they do pile on the drills all the time. The strategy we used was we had one person on each of the drills, and we had one in the middle going back and forth, helping where help was needed. But just keep an eye on the health of the drills, because if you destroy those, it's game over and you'll be teleported to the boss battle without receiving your Tier 7 reward. So they are getting more difficult each week. And I want to give a huge shout out here to Scribble Wizard and Deathnell, who have once again thrown themselves on the altar of sacrifice for sausage videos and have brilliantly helped me out again to create this video. Thank you guys so much. It was good fun, even though it was a lot harder this week, wasn't it? Then finally, you've got the final battle with Kelgarath. I did find this battle probably the easiest battle of the whole thing if you've gone through activating the Toland doodahs. A couple of things of interest here. It is a taken battle, so if you've got a Malfeasance or even you're with a horde, that's going to be brilliant for you in here. I found the Malfeasance so incredibly useful, and hammering it in his head, it was marvellous. So you've got 3 damage phases, and in each damage phase, once it's over, you have to destroy 2 blights, damage the boss, destroy another 2 blights, and then the final third is trashing the boss. It's actually not that bad at all. So just remember to spec in for ad clear, and don't take your Malfeasance in, it's great. I'd love to see how quick people could do it if all 3 of you had a Malfeasance. That would be a right laugh. So you've done that, go and claim your Tier 7 rewards. Here's something I want your help on, me marvellous folk. I've been reading, now then, I don't think it's true, we kind of realised, I think, that this isn't true, but perhaps you can let me know. If you emote before you open one of the chests, you're going to get a red bar, or at least that's happened to me twice. But it's probably because I've gotten the red bar because I've completed the Tier 7 for the first time that week, so you get a red bar reward as part and parcel of it. So if you've completed the Tier 7 once this week and you go back in to run it again, just try emoting in front of both the chests before you open them to see if you get a red bar drop, and let me know in the comments whether you did or you didn't. It only drops on on weapons, obviously, as well. So have a quick check, and if you can be bothered to do that, that would be a great help for me. It's great to have a bit of evidence, because at the moment, all we've got is anecdotal evidence, which, of course, is pretty useless. So there we go. There's your Tier 7 deep dives. There's the location for your 2 flora and faunas. I hope you enjoyed the vid, and if you did, a like really helps the reach of it. That would be completely brilliant. And if you want to see more of my bumps... Me bumps are here. Look at me bumps. If you want to see more of me bumps, then give us a subscribe and hit the notification bell as well, and it'll go ding dong when I splap another load of cobblers onto the electric internet. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you all again very soon. Sausage out.